Okay, so stellar evolution, as I told you, that this lesson, it's about how stars they evolve, and stars they have different colors, red, blue, yellow. So how do we interpret uh, the stars with regards to their colors? Every color has its own meaning, okay, with regards to the star. Okay, the color, the brightness. Okay, how about the distance, how far it is from the earth, and all those things we're gonna see in this chapter, inshallah. Okay, so this is the slide where I'm showing you the learning objectives which is present there in your textbook. Okay, so mostly we'll be learning about also about the sun, about the galaxy, about uh, what is the name of our no, galaxy. Okay, how about the temperature of the stars, all those things, and also the evolution, about the evolution of the stars. Okay, so let's go ahead. So firstly, let's learn few things, few points about the sun. The sun is our nearest star. It is the center of the solar system. It is approximately 150 million kilometers away from the earth. Okay, and the surface temperature of sun is approximately 6000 degrees Celsius. Okay, and the temperatures within its core, that is at the center, it's about 1 5 followed by 6 zeros degrees Celsius. So it's 15 million degrees Celsius. Okay, so the sun is that much hot. Okay, and this is because of all those nuclear reactions which takes place inside it. Okay, so what kind of nuclear reaction it takes place, we will inshallah will learn this in the coming slides. Okay, so moving on to the next slide. See, yes, one minute, just one second. Yes, did anybody speak? Yeah, what's your doubt? You can't hear me? Acha, okay, just give me 1 minute. How about now? Is it clear? Is it clear, girls? No, sir. Still, it's not clear. I don't know why it's happening. Let me check the network. So, see, like sun, there are numerous stars out there, and they are in groups. Okay, so there are in groups, and the a star, that is a group of stars together, is called as a galaxy. Okay, most of these things you might be knowing this already. Okay, so a galaxy is nothing but it's a group of billions of millions of stars. Okay, and our galaxy which we are in is known as Milky Way. Okay, it's known as the Milky Way. Okay, and it's a spiral galaxy. See, basically there are different types of galaxies. Okay, so our galaxy is a spiral galaxy. Okay, this spiral galaxy, this name is based on, the shape of the galaxy. Okay, again, the last thing about our galaxy and about our solar system is that we are approximately two-thirds of the way out of the center of galaxy along one of the arms of the spiral. That is, we are at the edge of the Milky Way. Okay, we are not at the center, but we are at the edge of the Milky Way. Okay, so all these, these are theories which you need to remember. See, astronomy with regards to Islamic studies, Islamic research, it's totally different. Okay, so when, inshallah, when we go back to school, when we'll get some time, maybe after the board exams, when you will have much time, inshallah, we'll have a workshop on Islamic astronomy. Okay, so it's entirely different. Okay, but this is a Western philosophy, and it's also based on uh, research. This one, okay, it might also sometimes contradict with Islamic concepts, but again, we have to study this for the sake of our exam. Okay, and this is our academic, one of our academic subject, so we have to bear with that. Okay, like for example, you have your Big Bang theory, which says that this whole universe, it just came from one single explosion, a random process. Okay, which had no rationality. Okay, something happened suddenly. Okay, and the result was this grand galaxy, this grand universe. Okay, this cannot be happening because everything, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he created with a lot of planning. Okay, everything has its own beginning and has its own purpose behind that. Okay, so let's move ahead. Next slide, it's about types of galaxies. Okay, so there are lots of types. There are spiral, elliptical. We also have barred spiral galaxy. Okay, and also we have an irregular shaped galaxy like this. Okay, so there are several types of galaxies. Okay, so this is one of the illustration. Okay, then see, stars, when you look at the sky, when you look at the night sky, the stars are not all identical. Okay, they have different colors. Walaikum salam. Yes, yes. Okay, so I'll join her. Inshallah. Afra is late. So, coming back to the class, stars, they have different colors. They are in different colors. They have different levels of brightness, and they come in a lot of different sizes. Okay, so each one of these, they have their own interpretation. That is based on the color of the star or the level of brightness and sizes. We will be able to differentiate stars. We will be able to tell uh, the ingredients of the star. That is, what kind of chemicals are there in the stars, which give out that kind of radiation or light, whatever it is. Okay, so these are the three things which we need to consider when we look at a star in the night sky. Okay, so these are the three things: color, level of brightness, and their size. Okay, so our next class slides will be on these three things. That is, how to interpret, based on these three things about the stars. Okay, so see, the color of the stars tells us about the temperature. Okay, it's very important. You need to remember. See, a very hot star emits more blue in its spectrum, and therefore it looks blue. Okay, and a medium star, okay, it looks like our sun, which is yellow in color, and the cooler ones, they appear red. Okay, so number one, blue is a medium, sorry, blue is a very hot star, yellow is a medium star, okay, and red is a least cooler star. Okay, so this you have to remember with regards to this topic. You have to remember this always about the colors. Okay, so this is regarding the colors, and researchers, they have also, they have created 7 different groups of stars. They are called as O, B, A, F, G, K, M, where O and B are the hottest stars and K and M are the coolest ones. Okay, so you have a tabular column in your textbook as well. Okay, so this one shows you the star classification. Okay, it's based on the surface temperature, color. Okay, so O is the most hottest star. The color of the star is always blue. B is the B comes next. It's blue and white in color. Then A, it's white. F is yellow white. G is yellow. K is orange. M is red. You can also just have a look at the temperatures, how they differ with regards to their colors. Okay, so this is a classification of stars based on their color, okay, and surface temperature. Okay, so this is according to a study which is done by the researchers. Now next is the level of brightness. Now what do we interpret when we look at the star? When a star is bright enough, it's very bright, what does it mean? And when some other star is not that much brighter, okay, not bright enough, at that moment, what should we interpret? So now the brightness, it gives the distance of the star, the distance of the star from the Earth. Okay, so it gives us the information regarding the distance of the star which is away from the Earth. A, B, it also gives us what kind of nuclear reactions which are going on inside the star. Okay, and how much energy is transferred from the star each second. Okay, so these are the 2 things which we are able to interpret by looking at the or finding out the brightness of the star. Okay, whatever I am putting on the slides, these are the important key points. Okay, and also I will just highlight all those key words as well. Okay, those will be in bold or italic on the slide. Okay, so this is what it tells us regarding the level of the brightness. Okay, right, next slide. It's about birth of the star. Okay, so how a star is born? Okay, so basically the theory says that any star, you take our sun or any star, initially at the beginning it is just a large cloud of dust and gas. Okay, so otherwise known as gas particles, okay, which is called as nebulae or a stellar nebulae. Okay, so it's just a collection of gas particles, kalas. Okay, then what happens is later, because of the gravitational force, okay, these gas particles, they come closer, they are drawn together. Okay, and this happens, this drawing together, that is pulling together, this compression of particles, this happens for a very longer period of time, maybe many millions of years. Okay, this is all according to the theory. Okay, so what happens is later the temperature increases. Okay, then next is, so they become so tight, and there is a very large increase in the pressure as well as in the temperature. Okay, as a result of this, a nuclear fusion reactions begins. So you might be remembering the difference between a nuclear fission and a nuclear fusion reaction. Fission is the splitting of an atom, whereas fusion is the joining of two, similar kind of atoms. Okay, so here nuclear fusion reaction happens. That is, a hydrogen nuclei, they join together to form a helium nuclei. Okay, so hydrogen nuclei, they join together to make up a larger nuclei, and a huge amount of energy in the form of heat and light are released. Okay, so this incredibly hot ball of gas, now it's a very young star. Okay, young star. Okay, so this happens because of the fusion reaction. Okay, so this is a very important point you need to remember. uh, you know if they ask, in case if they ask regarding how, you know the clouds, that is, the particles, the gas particles, they, they form a star together. You have to write this is because of fusion reactions. Okay, you don't have to write fission reaction, you have to write fusion reactions. Okay, so when this fusion reactions it takes place, a star is born. Okay, there is intense heat and light, okay, which is released. Okay, so now the theory says that this material, okay, this same material which is there in the inside the sun, it comes out, and when it comes out, okay, the rest of the material, it forms the planets, moons, the comets, and finally they orbit the star. So whatever it is, okay. So this is the theory which you need to remember. Okay. Okay. So our next topic in this lesson will be the life of a star, but we will hold it for today, and inshallah I'll go for doubts now. Any doubts you have, any clarification you need, inshallah I'll be giving you now. Yes, please go ahead.